my poster obsession. Hello and welcome to this week's video. This week I thought I'd do something different. I say this every week, don't I? Because I'm always doing different things. I'm just strange like that. I want to talk about my current weird obsession with posters, half of which I haven't put up and are still in the thing. Now granted, that's partly because I'm actually planning to move and there's not a lot of point in, there's not a lot of point of unpackaging them and let alone putting them into frames and that, because that just means more shit to move. I'm currently in the process of removing shit from my house, not making more of it. There is so much crap and I've got so much to do, just trying to get rid of stuff before I move. And I don't know when exactly that's going to be, or indeed precisely where I'm going to go. But never mind that. That's my problem. But I'm obsessed with posters at the moment. Maybe it's because the Blu-rays are I'm kind of rarely picking up any Blu-rays at the moment because there's not much left to get. There's the occasional. I'm not remotely interested in modern stuff, so there you go. There's the occasional kind of obscure 80s movie that I pick up when I see a Blu-ray release or whatever. But generally speaking, I'm not buying as many as I used to because I've got everything really. And I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people buy action figures and stuff like this. You know, the Doctor Who figurine and stuff like that. I've never really gotten into that. Of course, I've actually had a look, and it's obscenely expensive to try and get anything like that in Australia, because we don't get them released in Australia, and with packaging as well, it's something like $100 for one thing. It's like, nah, I don't think so, Tim. But I'm just obsessed with posters at the moment. Now, last year, of course, I did a video showing off my media room, showing my posters, and I showed a couple recently in my Doctor Who collection tour as well, albeit mainly the Doctor Who stuff. So you will already be aware that I have a huge Wicked Science poster, a huge Avengers poster, various other Shada, the Fog. I have a Buffy, I have a Ghostbusters and Gremlins, Fletch, The Thing, Moonraker, and what's the other one I'm thinking of? Fuck, I can't remember. But I have a lot of posters. Well, even as of last year, there are posters that I sent off for and have not, and I've actually taken them out and unwrapped them and I've put them in frames. I've just never gotten around to putting them up. I was initially planning to kind of do swapsies and things like that, and never got around to it. So there you go. But I do have some that they're in frames. I've not put them up yet. They're kind of in a wardrobe at the moment. I have a big Show Me Love one. It's actually not the original movie poster. It's the book cover, and it's the book about. It's not actually a novelization. It's a book about the movie and the making of the movie and its cultural impact in Sweden, etc., etc., etc. And it's a beautiful cover. It's a beautiful cover. I like it better than the movie poster. And I could not find a decent fucking. Trying to get an official movie poster, again, cost a bloody fortune, and I couldn't find a good enough resolution of it to kind of get it done custom, because as I've said before, there's a poster thing on eBay that basically does any image for you. They do ordinary movie posters, but they'll do any image for you as well for no more money than just buying an ordinary in-stock movie poster, which is excellent. That's excellent for my purposes. But of course you need a decent resolution, otherwise it's going to come out looking like crap. It's got to be like 2,500 at minimum, the resolution, in order to make sure you get a good quality thing. I did that. That's what Wicked Science was. That's what Shardar was. They were custom done and they look absolutely fucking beautiful. So I have a Show Me Love. I have. I did two Sky and Lanas that I have in frames in the wardrobe. Night of the Comet. I have some Christmassy ones. There's a couple of TV Times covers from the 80s that I've actually made huge posters of. The idea is to have them put up at Christmas time, basically. Is to do a swap of some at Christmas and put them up to get a more Christmassy atmosphere. There's also a fan art Christmassy one. I've no idea where the hell I got it from. It was a very long time ago. And there's a Pertwee era piece of fan art as well. Again, I've no idea where I got these things from. I got them from somewhere, but where, I have absolutely no idea. I also have. No, I haven't. I know because I haven't. No, yeah, never mind. Those ones are in frames. Those ones are. Some of them are in frames. The Christmas ones are not currently in frames. They're currently wrapped up still. And I did an Amelia one. And another Bridget one from Wicked Science, which again they're still wrapped up. But lately I've kind of been forking out a couple of $100 to get more, and I still haven't unwrapped them. I hope I'm hoping they're still doing it as high quality as they did, and they haven't slacked off, because I haven't really checked. Because once you get them out, of the thing, they're almost impossible to put back. I don't know when I'm going to do this. Why am I so obsessed with posters? I don't know. But I've managed to get some beautiful ones recently. Again, the only challenge is kind of making sure that they're high enough quality. I've actually used AI on a couple to get them to the best possible quality, and it works. I used an AI enhancer. I'd say it works about 7.5 times out of 10. There's a couple of occasions when it looks wrong. It looks too plasticky and it doesn't quite work. But on a lot of them, it's come out looking absolutely beautiful. And there was a couple that I really wanted to get a poster of, but it wasn't good enough quality. But using especially when you need to resize them to get to that point, using the AI totally worked. I have recently got myself. When I say these posters, these are huge posters. These are 60 by 90 posters. I've got a poster of the Radio Times cover of The Five Doctors. I've got a Watching poster. I have got a Web of Fear poster. Again, this was a piece of fan art. I don't know where the hell I got it from. We're talking, I think this was like the late 2000s when I saved this image. And again, it was one of those that I kind of had to resize and fiddle with. I think it'll look spectacular in a frame on a wall if and when I ever get round to it. Another Buffy. Another Amelia. An X-Files, which looks beautiful. I've got a Tom and Mary from the Ribos operation, which of course is one of my favourite stories. A Sylvester and Sophie from Ghostlight. An Elementary. And I recently got a couple of movie posters as well. The Budgeons and War Games. Tell you this, it's a neat little trick, because I've looked on, because I'm trying to get like 80s movie posters. There are some that you can get relatively easily. Some of them you can get from that same poster thing, but there's some others that are perhaps less famous. You look on eBay and they're like hundreds of dollars just to get a print, and it's like, no. So again, the trick is trying to find a good resolution image of the poster on the internet, and then just paying for these guys to do their thing. Because I mean, I know there are some like movie fans of cult obsessives who are obsessed with getting the originals and getting like the original one sheet. I don't really care. I don't quite get that level of obsessive compulsive. I just want the poster, love. I don't care whether it's a reproduction. So long as it looks awesome, I don't really give a shit. I'm not paying out extra $100 just for the sake of being able to say, ooh, it's an original. Pardon my French. Sorry for the interruption. I just got an eBay notification that an order had been bloody cancelled for some fucking reason. Sorry. They choose the greatest moments to do this shit, don't they? Where the hell was I? Rambling about something. Oh yeah, movie posters. Again, I don't care. And I also got Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. This was supposed to be my last batch. I've actually kind of come up with a few more that I'd like to get. I think that would be really cool, actually. That would look really cool. I don't know. Am I completely insane? I don't know where I'm going to put these fucking things. Like I said, I can't put them up at the moment anyway because I'm in the process of getting ready to probably move. So it's going to be a while, but I'm just obsessed with the idea of having the entire house just decked out in glorious shit, basically. You know, like maybe have an entire room for 80s movies or 80s horror, or or an entire room for Doctor Who posters, or an entire room for like 80s, 90s, 2000s TV. Or I don't know. I'm just. Am I mad? What do you mean? Yeah, I know you know I am. But yeah, I'm sorry, but the ones that I've done, the ones that I have done, and I have framed, especially the ones I have framed on the walls, they look spectacular. They look so freaking good. And it's like I really want more. I really want to do the entire house like that. Nerd heaven, as one of my friends put it. Anyway, let me know in the comments whether I'm crazy or not. Let me know in the comments whether you've done this with your house, whether you have specific rooms or whether you have the entire house covered in nerd shit like posters. I just like, I don't know, I just kind of I like this idea a lot more than buying like the figures or stuff like this. I just find this. For starters, there's some things you can't necessarily, you can't really buy figures of anyway. I don't think there's any Wicked Science figures or stuff like that. So it's just like a way of expressing my fan obsessions in a different way. I just think it'll look absolutely beautiful. And again, I love the idea of doing swaps at Christmas time as well, and having huge Christmas posters up during the Christmas period. I just think it'll make it more Christmassy. Anyway, I've been rambling on about absolutely nothing for nearly a quarter of an hour, so I'm going to stop now. I'm sorry. I'm sure I'll do a more traditional review or something next week. I just wanted to share my neurosis with you this week and solicit some other opinions. Now I know there are like, especially like horror YouTubers who do this sort of thing. They have entire rooms or stuff dedicated to horror posters and stuff like that. Are there any Doctor Who fans that do this? Are there any fans who do a mixture of these things? Because it always seems to be like one or the other, doesn't it? It always seems to be like you're a horror fan, so you do it with horror, but that's it. Or you're a Doctor Who fan, but you do it with Doctor Who, and that's it. And I'm just this little weirdo, and I want all my fan obsessions kind of in posters on the wall. Is that weird? Yes, don't answer that. Okay. Anyway, let me know what you do, and whether you do anything or whether I'm just incredibly juvenile and childish. I think I already know the answer, but never mind. Bye for now. Talk to you again soon.